So yesterday, when the Wagner machinery groups actually announced that they were leaving,
10 лет в Республике Мали царил хаос. Под предлогом миротворческой миссии Франция и другие западные страны ввели свои войска. Но они не боролись с терроризмом, а методично грабили национальные богатства страны. Малийцы решили взять ситуацию под свой контроль. Они выгнали западных военных и пригласили ЧВК «Вагнер», самую эффективную частную армию в мире. Мы прибыли в Мали с лучшим вооружением и самыми современными военными технологиями. Нашей целью было вернуть территорию под контроль властей, чтобы в малийских городах восстановилась мирная жизнь. ЧВК «Вагнер» вместе с вооруженными силами страны уничтожили тысячи террористов. Мы ликвидировали главарей боевиков, долгое время терроризировавших народы Мали и соседних стран. Мы применили самый передовой боевой опыт, чтобы освободить множество городов, таких как Гао, Тимбукту, Анефис. Территория, подконтрольная правительству, увеличилась более чем вдвое. Кидаль был оплотом сепаратистов на севере страны. Мы взяли Кидаль и отбросили террористов в пустыню. За 3,5 года боевикам был нанесен сокрушительный удар. Все региональные столицы Мали вернулись под контроль властей. Мы помогли Мали построить дисциплинированную и технически оснащенную армию. Народ и власти Мали благодарны ЧВК «Вагнер» за работу. Мы выполнили свою задачу. И мы возвращаемся домой.
there was a lot of jubilation on the other side of the street. And when I mean the other side of the street, I'm talking about the terrorists. They are bloggers. Terrorists have media outlets too. And one thing I noticed about these terrorist media outlets is that for everything they do, they tag France 24. So that's really, really backs up my claim that these people, they have some level of significant affiliation with France. So let's fast forward to what happened. They were celebrating the exit of Wagner Machinery yesterday. To them, the Wagner Machinery calling their mission, to a halt was like a victory to them. So they were already celebrating and a lot of things was going on. I was seeing a lot of posts. So there is a particular blogger, Wasim, something like that. He blogs, he really, really posts about terrorists a lot. And to me, I would call this guy a terrorist, in my own opinion. But so I left his platform yesterday, and when I woke up this morning, his notification popped up first, and I started seeing this guy lamenting that the Wagner machineries, they left Mali, but did they leave? Have they left? That now Wagner machinery is gone, and now they have another very badass, group called the African Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, what is this African Corps about? This African Corps were like the guys in Africa that the Wagner machineries were able to impact, some very, very devastating skills on combat skills. So when I looked at their operation, I don't know how to feel about them. So these African Corps are the ones that are going to be, taking over the anti-terrorism campaign. I want you to see what the African Corps is all about, and I want you to be the judge. If you think, okay, this type of operation would be good enough to handle, the modern combat warfare against terrorism in the AES. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look at this African Corps and let's see what the African Corps is about. To be honest, I am excited. I'm excited to see this African core. You know, and from the videos we are seeing, you can see a lot of African guys are beginning to speak some language that I don't know. But in my own opinion, I feel like in a country like Mali, that before France left, the whole place was like a terrorist safe haven. To now, where they've regained a whole lot of territories and the fighting continues, I feel like it's a big development. And I also feel like the Malian authorities should employ paramilitary groups like the VDP in Burkina Faso, because all of you will believe something right now. I think for about 2 weeks now, you've not heard PIM in Burkina Faso. It is because everywhere is filled up with military presence. Every shaking tree in Burkina Faso is a target. So, in my own opinion, I feel like Mali should also, employ these tactics too. I think like Niger Republic should employ these tactics. I feel like Chad should employ these tactics. And I feel like in no time, these places will be cleaned out. So, ladies and gentlemen, give us your opinion in the comment section below. It's your boy 7200 signing out, enough said. But before I go, see you on the next video.